All right. All right, we're up.
All right. Thank you for any of those watching. This is episode I think 5, whatever. Who cares? This is the well. Thank you for watching the Foggcast. I guess. Um, as always, we're going to start with some music. Unfortunately, a lot of episodes have been taken down or blocked by YouTube and stuff like that because of copyright infringements. So we have to be careful about the music we choose these days. So we can only do original music. So this is a song from the Fortune Tellers, our old band, who we'll be talking about later, actually, because there are whispers of a reunion in the future. So, this is off of our album Giving Birth to Demons, and it's called Predator 2. All right. So that was the first half of Predator 2. We're gonna talk about that song as well in depth. As far as it's a very interesting song. I think I still love the lyrics. But yeah, we'll talk about that more later. But we got a lot to talk about tonight. Right now we have, of course, me and Nick and Haley. Pretty much since this new season of the podcast, I think you've pretty much been on every episode except for the first. But yeah. So always glad to have you here on our panel or whatever it is. And we're supposed to be joined later by some other people, Josh from the Fortune Tellers, and also via speakerphone, possibly John, who is also in the Fortune Tellers. Our old band reuniting live on air. Isn't this wonderful? So, anyhow, and we might have some other guests too lined up. Some of our old favorites, David and Mike, and we'll just see how it goes. But anyhow, if you don't mind, I'd like to go and pray us in. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this opportunity that we may be together to be nourished in spirit by the fellowship with one another, that we thank you just for the gift of friendship, just that we can have this bond between us, that we may be connected, to this technology, which, yeah, I know that technology and science go hand in hand, and I know science, has been a real a real enemy of many of your believers, and I hope that they can learn to understand. But that I get off track, Lord, and I'm sorry. Um, Anyhow, we thank you for your science and technology that we can be on the internet and talk to each other and have this podcast. We just ask that you just be with us in presence and let that we may come to feel your love and just as your word says, I would like to say and ask that you purge me with hyssop, that I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Make me heart and joy. Make me hear joy and gladness, that your bones you have broken may rejoice. Hide your face from my sins, and blot out all my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast me away from your presence, and do not take your Holy Spirit from me. Restore me to the joy of your salvation, and uphold me by your generous spirit, that I will teach transgressors your ways, and the sinner shall be converted to you. Now, we ask that you purge us with that hyssop, which, as I came to learn from this psalm, that is apparently a plant that was once used to, disinfect people, but also to use to induce vomiting, that people may actually purge themselves. And that's just all we want to do. We want to vomit up all that negative stuff, the devil's put in our heads, all that nonsense. We just want to be purged. God, I mean no disrespect, but Lord Father, I just ask that you be like my toilet, that our toilet, that we may vomit inside of you, vomit our sin, just purge ourselves of all the sin, and that you may just flush it down and flush it away with your never-ending grace, your living water, and I rebuke all that spirit of unbelief and that spirit of confusion. May it be gone from this podcast. May we all be in one accord tonight. As we know, you are a God of accord and not discord. You are not the spirit of confusion. You are the spirit of love and oneness. And we just ask this and all in the name of your beloved Son, Jesus Christ. You did send to die for us, that we may become righteous to come before you and even talk to you in prayer. And I think that you're an awesome dad. You really are. And all that spirit of disbelief, I ask in your name. All right. All that's gone. Thank you, Jesus. And we're going to move on now to sponsorship, because we've got religion out of the way, which can definitely be confused with business and sponsorship, because a lot of people, unfortunately, do profit off religion. It really is a business, unfortunately. Anyhow, so, Nicholas, who are your sponsors this evening?
Tonight. Wait, oh gosh, we got a delay over. I can hear myself coming out here, and it's really irritating.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Do you need me to put on headphones, maybe?
Yeah, that'll probably fix it. Now, it's gone now.
All right.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Is it working? Is it working all right now?
Yeah. Okay.
How does it sound on your end?
It sounds fine. Yeah, I was just hearing myself echo. So.
Yeah.
We're good now.
Okay, so tonight I'm sponsored by Seattle's Best Coffee, I guess, with Almond Joy creamer in it. Great beverage. I'll probably be up till 3 in the morning. And I'm also sponsored by this book here, Top Secret Recipes Unlocked by Todd Wilbur. this is basically a guide to making different fast food side items and main courses and other things that you can now create them at home thanks to this guy and his recipe clones. I wonder if McDonald's put out a hit on him or something, but he may have died to get these secret recipes out here. So
I mean, is there actual like questioning around his death, like conspiracy stuff?
Not that I know of. As far as I know, he's still alive. But
how did he die? I mean, that might be something we can investigate later.
I don't think he's dead. I just say I'll look him up. We'll see what happened to Todd Wilbur.
Because when you insinuated that, I thought you were. I thought you were insinuating that he was dead when you said that.
No, he's still alive. As I just checked. I bet he has a lot of lawyers, though. Yeah.
Yeah, and bodyguards. Yeah.
Apparently, yeah, because it looks like he's got a list of like 15 books that are all the same thing of his top secret recipes. So.
So there's more than one book.
Yeah,
he's
got at least 10 other books in the series.
I mean, like, does he not realize that even a franchise like Arby's, they still have quite a bit of money to fork over for an assassin.
Yeah.
As far as, because we'll get into this later. This is actually going to be one of our topics tonight, but about that book, about how, like, for example, he released the ingredients to Arby's horsey sauce, and the recipe and everything. Even a franchise as bad as Arby's can still hire a pretty good assassin, and I'm sure Arby's they don't mind if people. If they actually cared about the human race, they wouldn't exist. So, of course they don't value life. Of course Arby's would hire an assassin to kill somebody for stealing their horsey sauce recipe and giving it to the world. So
that guy
could be.
I would really like to have the email address of arbishitman@gmail.com. That would be just a. And I would like to actually be the Arby's hitman.
Yeah. Well, that could be like that could be a TV show idea, actually. Arby's hitman.
I heard you were making horsey sauce. Now it's your time to die. Just
anyhow, okay. So that's any other sponsors?
For me, I don't think so. Well, let's see. I got one thing. I had this the other night. This is s'mores lager, or porter. Sorry. So it's.
Yeah, I saw where you put something on Facebook about that.
I don't know what to think.
You said it ended up tasting something like a mixture of what was it? I know seltzer was involved.
Yeah, it tastes like seltzer water, pepper, and chocolate milk mixed together. So, I guess some people...
Seltzer water, chocolate, and milk? Or...
Seltzer water, chocolate, milk, and pepper. It's basically what it tastes like.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it tastes... The milk part, I guess it also tastes like... like if you had Cocoa Puffs, the milk that would be left over after you ate Cocoa Puffs, that's pretty much like that, and seltzer water mixed together gives you this drink. Not a glowing endorsement, but it's not the worst thing ever either. I was expecting worse.
That's gross.
So,
well,
Where did you buy that?
I got it at Lowe's Foods. And they were all like, the people that were like the cashier and stuff were like, Please tell me how that is, because
But it's like Lowe's Foods does have microbrews, does it?
yeah,
You see, the thing about I don't really drink anymore, so it doesn't really matter now. But like, man, in Mississippi is like the worst about like you can't. It's really hard to find microbrews around here, and when you do, they're just anyhow. The point being, yeah, no, like our grocery stores don't even carry like microbrews. But anyhow, never mind. I was just gonna say that. So you tried it, the s'mores. Where did you say that was brewed, or what?
It's Saranac Brewing, so I think they're in New York.
That's what I thought. Saranac, they're a pretty big company. Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I like their other stuff, so I trusted them. Yeah, made in. Well, actually, I guess their technical name is Matt Brewing Company, even though they put Saranac on everything. So maybe they were bought by some company called Matt, and they just kept the Saranac name on their beers. Sometimes that happens. Yeah, but they make good stuff. They just decided to come up with a strange experiment, and it's okay. Despite the disgusting description, it's okay.
It's okay. That should be their company slogan.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, so Haley, who are you brought to us by?
Well, this evening I'm brought to everyone by KFC. There's a box filled with tasty sides. Colonel. It's craving fried chicken today. I'm also brought to you by a local North Carolina artist out of he's born in Gaston County, Mount Holly area, Robert Childers. This is one of his smaller pieces that he's done. So check him out. He does music under the name Luciferian Agenda. I'm sorry, Daniel, and a little against what you believe in, but
No.
He sings lots of songs about the devil.
Like Luciferian and Luciferic, stuff like that, and knowledge.
He sings lots of songs about the devil and hating Carolines. So
no.
Yeah, he's not.
No, I mean I'm still. Yeah, no, that's You don't have to apologize to me. But I've only been a Christian for a year, but still, yeah, none of that stuff bothers me. No.
Well, after that prayer,
I mean, Jesus was open-minded. Jesus was very open-minded, and so I think we should follow his example and be open-minded. Like I don't picture Jesus, as a guy who would not want to seek knowledge of everything and understand everything instead, and keep himself in a bubble. Anyhow, yeah, no.
Yeah, well.
So and didn't you say you had another sponsor tonight?
I mean, I guess since Nick and I are in North Carolina, we're gonna have to shout out the Carolina Panthers tomorrow for the Super Bowl.
Carolina Panthers. We're gonna talk Super Bowl later.
I can't not get away from this whole terrible Panthers mania that's going on here right now.
Have you seen the video of that redneck guy rapping over a Casio keyboard?
I have seen that. And he's making the Carolina Panthers noise. He's like, wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, he does an amazing job with that.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll get to the Super Bowl. That's definitely that's I guess going to be on the agenda. So you're brought to or your sponsor is the Super Bowl. What?
It's gonna have to be the Panthers, not the
That'd
Super Bowl.
Awesome.
It'll just be the Panthers.
So you're sponsored by the Panthers. All right.
Yeah. It's sponsored by Cam Newton. We'll just start that way.
Sponsored by hashtag Keep Pounding.
Indeed. All right. Well, so where to begin? I'd like to kind of talk more horsey sauce here as far as
I will read
The Broncos tomorrow. They're gonna make some horsey sauce.
I'm going to be the Ed Snowden of Arby's here.
Go for it.
Would you guys like me to read the recipe for Arby's horsey sauce?
Give it to us.
Do it, man. It's
Okay,
right.
it has a little intro. I don't know if you want me to read that or not.
Go
Or
ahead.
do you want me to just okay? All right. This is what Todd Wilbur has to say about horsey sauce. Even though Arby's has diversified its menu over the years with toasted subs and deli-style sandwiches on sliced whole wheat bread, it's the thinly sliced roast beef piled high on hamburger buns that originally made this chain famous. Since roast beef and horseradish go so beautifully together, Arby's created this delicious mayo-based horseradish sauce as a spread for the roast beef sandwiches. It also happens to be great on your homemade sandwiches too, but it just isn't cool to hoard handfuls of those blister packs to take home with you.
That's a lie. That is a lie.
Yeah.
That is a lie. That is the cool thing to do. Take as much as you can. How much horsey sauce can a human being do? Yeah.
So with the help of this secret formula, you can clone as much horsey sauce as you want. First step.
I mean, like, who is this supposed to appeal to? Because if you can go into Arby's and not even pay for anything, not even buy anything, and just go grab some horsey sauce and leave. They're not gonna call them.
Wait.
Do you think Arby's call the police over horsey sauce?
That would be awesome if they did.
Yeah.
Well, and now I haven't been to Arby's in a while, but I feel like the last time I went inside, they didn't even put it in packets. They had it in a dispenser thing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you could probably walk in there and
No.
maybe.
Most of them do it in the packets, though.
Oh well,
If
I
it's
mean,
to go, they'll put it in the packets. But if you're eating there, you've got to use it out of the pump.
yeah.
And it's not.
All right, well, all right, fine, no, all right. You can walk it. I mean, the places, the Arby's that I've been to in the past, or in the recent past, like, and as far as I can remember, they all had just like like with the ketchup and all that stuff. They were all in packets, and you can get as many packets.
Nick, this is
horsey.
We need to walk into the Arby's in Hickory because we know it has the pump, so we need to walk up to the counter.
Yeah.
I will not use the pump. You got to give me the packet.
I'm a packet purist.
Like,
Just play it off like you're a clean freak. Like, I don't think that the pumps are sanitary.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so
Like,
I would prefer the packet. I prefer the packet.
I mean,
So yeah, you can play it off like that, or you could just try to sneak in like a receptacle. I don't know, like a water bottle or something, and get as much horsey sauce in it as possible. Like, fill it up and leave. I don't think they're gonna call the police over a horsey sauce incident. Like, if they did,
I wish they would.
Honestly, what would you be charged with?
I don't know.
Especially if you went in there and you ordered something cheap, like order a soda or something. Like,
What about a soda? Like what? Arby's? Daniel,
just go in, order a Coke, and then fill up a water bottle of horsey sauce and leave. And they're not gonna do anything.
a water bottle? No, I wouldn't do a water bottle. That'd be kind of inconvenient. I mean, I would actually go out of my way to take like a ketchup bottle or some shit in there like that. Like, I'd be like, no shame with it, you know? I'll just like pump it, you know? I mean,
I think there's more shame in a water bottle because, like, a water bottle is just, like, a ketchup bottle's too practical. Like, it's something you actually put sauce in. But when you're using a kind of receptacle that isn't even meant for sauce, that's kind of, like, that's a lot more pathetic. Like,
I have an idea. Walk in there carrying a clipboard and wearing, like, a nice shirt and say that you're there to test their pumps. and have like a thing.
That reminds me of when I was living in Morganton. I don't know. Did you ever get to? No, you didn't play it with me, but you played it, I think, on the computer. The Roston.
Oh, I went to that arcade, to that laundromat.
Oh, you did. You did play the actual Roston.
Yeah.
When I was living in Morgan, Carolina, and this was, I'd moved there, and had some. I don't know. I was trying to do really good, actually. Like I was working and going to school, making straight A's and all that crap. And, then I broke up, or, the girl that I was there, I moved there for. Like, I moved all the way back home, or back to North Carolina, did this town I've never been to before. And just because of a girl. And she ended up running off with a friend of mine to Montana. But that's besides the point. The point is, I kind of went down on a downward spiral after that. And was drinking heavily and spending a lot of time I have a working washing machine, so I did a lot of laundry at the local laundromat you could walk to from my house. But, anyhow, even after the washing machine, or after I got a washing machine, I still wanted to go to laundromat because they had arcade games. One called Roston, about a barbarian who fights lizards. And I definitely picked up on the reptilian undertones. As far as Ikean theory goes, but anyhow, so we played that Roston game where he's like a barbarian, like Conan, and he's fighting lizards and skeletons, and spent a lot of time playing that arcade game. And what happened was there's a night that we went in there with my friend Tim and John. We all went in there one night. Tim was the one that my girlfriend ended up running off to Montana with. But anyhow, John was there too, and we went walking to the arcade because we knew it was open. The laundromat was open 24 hours. I called it the arcade because that's what it became. Because I already had a washing machine. There was no reason to do laundry. We just went there to play arcade games. And so we were so determined to beat Roston that we went up there, and I got like $40 worth of quarters at least, and we spent about $35 worth of quarters in the process.
Are you guys seeing?
But we played that game all night long. And just pumping quarters in, like we're gonna do this, and we got we got really into it. Ridiculously, because they didn't have security cameras, so you just do whatever you want. Like we brought like a case of beer in there. We're just getting really drunk and obnoxious, trying to beat this video game. And by the way, that video game, that's my sponsor for tonight. By the way, tonight my podcast or my perspective on the podcast is brought to you by Roston, Rastan. Roston, available as an arcade game, and I believe on some gaming systems. Nick is looking up some Roston information too. If you want to do some screen sharing for us,
I think I'm trying to do it right now. Is it not showing it?
Is this? Yeah,
it's
showing it now.
Okay, Roston. This is Roston.
Yeah.
You'll have to get,
so,
if you want to play Roston, you'll have to get an arcade emulator for your computer, and like MAME, M-A-M-E, get that, and then you can play Roston to your heart's content, infinite lives, because you can just keep hitting enter to get more quarters, and it's very difficult, but maybe that's because you have to play it with a keyboard, and it's more made for the arcade controllers, but
no, it was just as hard using the controllers. Trust me.
Yeah, it's not an easy game. So,
can you go look up? Oh, never mind. Don't worry about it. So anyhow, sorry. So Roston, we about $35 into the game worth of quarters.
God.
That's all. And like a case of beer at least. A lot of beer, I mean, we had our shirts off. We're chugging beers and throwing them, getting obnoxious. Like whenever we'd get killed, we'd just be like kicking carts over and everything, and just and then finally, I mean, we're just so into it. We're like sweating, not probably because we're drunk, but also we were just so animate and just like into the game, like so intense, you know, like we were sweating from playing Roston. That's how intense it got. $35 in. Well, I'd say about $33 in, $33 in. We get to the final boss. We've almost beaten the game. We're at the very final boss, who is this cloak wearing, like you can't even see his face. He's just like a floating guy with a cloak. Weird evil skeleton dude. Like you can probably look it up. Look up Roston final boss.
I'm trying to right now. Actually.
Yeah, good. I figured you were on the job.
They're showing all these pictures
of
of the game Golden Axe for some reason. That's heresy. I mean, Golden Axe is a great game, but it's not Roston.
It's not Roston. It's no Roston.
Nick, you were extremely passionate about that.
Yes, I mean, I used to play Roston.
Yeah, because Golden Axe, like compared to Roston, yeah, no.
But I remember they had Roston at Substation 2 in Hickory when I was younger, so you could play Roston there. But yeah, and Golden Axe.
You had the arcade
at Hickory Dickory Dock. Yeah, I can't find
Golden Axe. I don't want to talk about Golden Axe because that's disrespectful to Roston.
I understand.
So anyhow, see if you can find a picture. Look up the final boss on Roston. If you can't, that's fine. But I will say that anyhow, the boss is just wearing this cloak and he's floating around. He's like a wizard, sorcerer guy in a robe and like a big robe, like purple robe. Anyhow, he has these like stupid, like just these homo powers that's just like where whenever you actually manage to dodge all of his spells and stuff he shoots at you, like when you manage to get close enough to him to hit him with the sword or axe if you happen to be wielding one, your weapon, he would just start blinking on and off, like he'd be like flashing, you know, like oh here I am, here I'm not, like just over and over again, just blinking. So like, and whenever he started blinking like an asshole, oh sorry Lord, when he ever started blinking like a butthole, he would basically, like, you couldn't hit him. Like anytime you swung a weapon at him, it couldn't hurt him. And so like there was no way to beat this guy. Like it was just impossible. Like we tried to get better, but it was just so hard. So we spent like almost $5 of the 35 on the boss alone, just the final boss. It was so hard, like just hard to beat. You couldn't. It was impossible. Because like how do you fight somebody who every time you get up to attack them, they just start like blinking on and off, disappearing, reappearing, and you can't hit them, like no matter what. It's just a stupid little power, because I guess he's afraid to get hit with a sword. So anyhow, we started to develop a strategy, and I'd say around $5. So we're at 35 now, but $5 to devoted to this boss. Around that $5 mark, like we finally had a strategy, like to where we were like, we're about to beat this guy. Like literally, we were about 4 quarters away, 4 or 5 from actually beating this game. That we'd been there all night. We were out of beer at this point. I mean, we've drank like between the 3 of us, about at least 36 beers, and we've anyhow. Whenever you die, see if you can pull up the Roston death screen. Like whenever he dies, just type in Roston death or continue whenever you die, and it gives you the option to continue. Put another quarter in and you can continue. Or but But we didn't. Nick, have you found the screen?
No, getting a lot of other Roston stuff. Wait, let's see. Wait,
basically,
I have something here, and I'm hearing an echo also.
I think. It's all right.
Okay, 1 second. All right, now the echo's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, go on, pull that up. Basically, it shows Roston standing in front of a fire. Like, it's basically Roston, this barbarian burning in hell, and
Hey, where'd it go?
That one's like
There
an
we
older
go.
version. No, go on. Yeah.
This is
See,
all
no,
I
that's
got.
not the same one. Anyhow, so do you notice where that said though? Because that is an arcade version. Hold on. Go back to the one you just had up.
I don't know if our viewers want to know any more about Roston.
Well, I was just gonna say, yeah, you're right. We're getting too in-depth in this. Basically, while I was making that face, did you notice where it said to cancel, press attack button?
Yeah.
So what you do is you put the quarter in and you hit the continue button. But, because at this point we're jumping around, just kicking stuff. We're so angry, just trying, because we want to beat this boss. We want to beat Roston. We've been there all night. And we were just so angry and that we were just like, just throwing stuff around, just trashing the place. And in our passion, our moment of passion, we made the mistake of hitting the attack button instead of the continue button. It sent us all the way to the start of the game, and John immediately flips out like a butterfly knife and just starts stabbing the computer screen, or the game screen, for the arcade game, just stabbing it, trying to kill Roston, and after that we fled. But then we developed a plan, because we still talked later about beating Roston, and our whole idea was that we were going to show back up to the arcade, but we were going to borrow my friend's van, and we were just going to paint the words Roston Repair Company. And just show, because, they have this arcade game that somebody's obviously vandalized and stabbed, and then mysteriously a van shows up. This says Roston Repair Company. They're not like video game repairs or specific repair company. No, we were just going to be Roston Repairs. And they were like, yeah, we heard your Roston's broken. And yeah, we're going to try to wheel it out in the back of the van and steal their Roston game, but it never came to fruition, unfortunately. I don't even know how...
A good band.
What?
A good band. Roston Repair Company.
I don't know. I don't even remember why. How did we get on this topic?
I was reading the Arby's recipe, and we were talking about how to sneak in.
Oh yeah, no, you're talking about you're showing up to Arby's and pretending that you were there to inspect the pumps.
Yes.
Like those false pumps. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
And now, yeah, I was about to say that was about as cockamamie as our plan to steal Roston by showing up and pretending to be the Roston Repair Company.
Well,
so, all right, now we've got all that out of the way. So the horsey sauce, you've already, you've given the recipe. There's no turning back, right?
I read the intro, but I haven't actually read the how to make it. I can do that.
And this is what we want to talk about. There is a danger as far as, as I was saying earlier, Arby's is not a great franchise, but they still probably have enough money to hire an assassin. And that's why, there's a good chance that, the guy who wrote this book, his life may be in danger. And your life, our lives might be in danger for releasing this information. Because this is top secret Arby's stuff here.
Yeah.
So, but go ahead. We'll go ahead and read this on air. If you're a fan
Okay.
of Arby's horsey sauce, and you don't have an Arby's nearby, or you just don't possess the courage to go in and steal as much of their sauce as possible, here's how you can make your own.
Okay, you need the ingredients you need are 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, 4 teaspoons of granulated sugar, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of mayonnaise, and 2 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons of prepared horseradish. And what you need to do is, in a small dish, dissolve the sugar and salt in the vinegar, measure the mayonnaise and horseradish into a blender, add the vinegar solution, and then fire up the blender to medium speed for about 10 seconds or until the sauce is smooth. Pour the sauce into a container, cover, and chill it for at least a couple of hours to let the flavors get happy. That's all there is to it.
Let the flavors get happy. Is that what it says?
That's what it says.
Oh man.
And that makes
Well-
1 cup.
Now, what did you say his first name was?
Todd Wilbur.
Todd Wilbur. I wonder if he has a book called like Todd Wilbur, My Top Secret Life.
No.
Something like that.
His secret that he is dead and now somebody else is pretending to be
Like
Todd
Dear
Wilbur.
Abby or something. It's like
Yeah.
just keeping it going.
The Todd Wilbur must go on.
Well, at least it's not like the
Indeed.
chicken soup for the books.
Yeah.
How do you ever come across those at the library? I've always been interested about that.
The chicken soup books.
Well, chicken
Yeah.
soul?
Oh, they're there and people request them, unfortunately.
What's been something that you've been surprised someone has requested?
There are these books that we have this one book that is so ridiculous, but we probably like the only library that has it in like maybe the country. So all these people request it from other libraries, and it's this book. It's called like 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro Race, and it's just like
That's real?
yes, that's real.
I'm looking this up. Hold on. 100
Yeah.
facts about the Negro race.
Was it written
Yes.
by? Was it? I take it was written by a white person.
I think it was actually written by a black person in a long time ago, and they just like made up facts about themselves.
It's called 100
a lot
Amazing
better.
Facts About the Negro with Complete Proof.
Yes, that's it.
A shortcut to the world of history of the
It'd be a
Negro.
lot funnier if the author was a white guy, but
Hey,
Yeah.
you can get a paperback for $5.99.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It's written in
well,
1934.
Oh,
I guess that'll
wow.
be another plug. Tonight's episode is primarily brought to you by
100 amazing facts about the Negro with complete proof. A shortcut to the world history of the Negro by
Well-
Joel Augustus Rogers.
I mean, that makes sense. It's
with
Black History
complete
Month.
proof. So he's gonna prove it. All right. So that sounds awesome. I'm
Yeah.
going to go smoke a cigarette. How far are we into this thing?
I guess we started at 10 or so it's about 45 minutes in.
All right, that's a good break, and I'm going to go ahead and play the second half of the Predator Tooth song. And we'll get back to you. We're going to talk more about the fortune tellers. We have some more guests that should be joining us, possibly, at least
Yeah.
one or two.
David
And,
told me he could watch, but I guess he isn't getting on. He just watched, unfortunately.
What about the Josh? Have you heard from Josh?
I haven't heard back from him.
Well, I'll try to give him a call here in a bit. Anyhow, this is from our band Fortune Tellers. Once again, finishing. This is the second verse of Predator Tooth, and you guys enjoy.
Back in a second.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no.
Behold the bounty of
What is
Earth.
about to happen?
This is the cube.
Oh,
This simple puzzle was actually
sorry everyone.
solvable by the
Daniel
humans.
decided to go. I guess I'll speak. I guess Daniel went outside to fix it, and his YouTube's just gonna keep playing. So we'll see what crazy shit
Sometimes hours.
he's playing.
Gruesome. And over here we have their alphabet. It was called emoji. Few symbols could express the vast extent of their emotion. They had chia pets, just like we do. And this, the white and gold dress that caused the Civil War. This is Scott Baio. But most amazing of all are the avocados from Mexico. They're always in season.
Even shittier.
Enjoy them all year long. Anybody want to feed Scott Baio? It's included in the price of admission. No?
Ugh.
We double dipped. He'll regenerate.
No, he won't. He's a quad milker.
Avocados from Mexico.
God, is it playing another song?
Yeah.
What is this crap?
I don't know. I had to apologize. I was like, well, I guess it's gonna keep continuing.
I kind of like it. It sounds a lot like our song. I can see why it was recommended by YouTube. So now we're back from our break here, and I guess it's time to talk turkey. The presidential race to the White House.
Race to the ticket is more like it right now.
Race to the ticket. All right then.
Because not the White House yet, you know.
Yeah. So we have a lot of things to talk about this. Apparently, there's something you were trying to explain about Jeb Bush that I'm very interested in, involving guacamole. That we'll get into, but basically, okay. So yeah, of course, you know, right now, I mean, there's no need in updating people, but in case, I mean, you know, I'm sure everybody knows, you know, there's the whole thing, you know, Bernie and Hillary, that whole debate, and I know you're feeling the burn, and I would be too, but I'm pretty sure that the lizard people, cannot be defeated. Um.
But still, listen,
Anyhow,
I mean, just listen, though. This is my thing. Did you really think that Iowa was going to happen? That Iowa was going to happen for Bernie? Like, that it was going to be that close?
yes, I did.
You really
I
thought
thought
it
he
was
was
going
gonna
to be,
win.
like, you did, I mean, I expected her to win, but I wasn't expecting it to be like that.
I thought he was gonna win. Like, and honestly, since they were deciding it by a coin toss, there's a good chance he did win.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was
And yeah,
ridiculous.
But at the same
flipping
time,
coin.
with that being said, you're saying that you don't think we could defeat the lizard people, but I think that right there was a good outcome of what people
No.
can do if they do show up.
No, I mean it's just as Mark Twain said, if voting could make a difference or voting made a difference, they wouldn't let us do it. They're in control, man. You can't fight that, but I mean, might as well. But anyhow, no, I don't think he can beat the lizard people. I'm sorry.
Why is that?
But anyhow, so why?
Yeah, I mean, is it
Just I mean, I don't. I'm not going to say you can't defeat them. That's not really the right thing. But I don't think you can defeat them through voting. I mean, that's all just that's just a scam. That's just all part of their like illusory world and reality they put us in. That makes us think that oh, we're free because we can vote for our leaders. And no, it's whatever. I mean, sure, yeah, Bernie could win. He could become the next president, but that's still not going to stop the lizard people. He could be a lizard himself. I mean, I've been working on a lot of sermons and like classes to teach or classes like to talk about as far as like at church, like through my Sunday school group or whatever, or through my youth group. But basically, all you have to do is take like a David Icke lecture, or apart from a David Icke lecture, and then but instead of like every time he talks about reptilians, just replace that with Satan, and you pretty much have a strong argument. But yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, but anyhow, so voting but you're still feeling the burn, and I completely agree. I think everything that he seems to stand for, I completely agree with. But as far as Nick, you're a Donald Trump supporter, right?
Yes.
And why are you why do you support Trump? What are your reasons personally?
Wait, is the echo still going on? I'm still hearing it.
You're still hearing it?
Yes. Wait,
It
seems
comes
like
and goes.
yeah. Now it seems like it's
Okay.
or it's gone. It's gone now. Donald Trump is awesome. He's just like I agree. I think that he wants to address some big problems and like illegal immigration, really terrible trade situation that we've got going on with China and other countries that have
All right,
cost
so
us.
back up. Illegal immigration. So you're for that, right? Like, you're for like
Legal immigration is fine. Building a
Do you
wall.
think building a
I mean, as it's been attempted before, but they just kind of half-assed it, and I think it can definitely be done. And now,
what about I mean, there's the simple question when it comes to immigration. I only have one question for the Republicans who are so adamant about keeping the foreigners out. Who's gonna pick the fruit? That's all I want to know.
somebody. Well,
Who's
I
gonna
mean, I think it's a problem that can be dealt with. I mean,
No, I mean I know. Like for example, it was Alabama, right, that deported all the Mexicans and had to bring them back because they had no one to pick the fruit. They had no one to do the jobs that white people won't do. Like,
Well, I was
as far
reading
as
an
like,
article the other day that was talking about like the food restaurant would lose over like 11% of employees, like farming would lose like
oh,
25
and not just the fast
employees.
food, all restaurant. I mean,
That's what
I've
I'm
worked
saying.
in a
Like it
lot
was
of
like
restaurants.
that was one example of many. Like it was a lot of stuff, but that's yeah.
Well, probably it's all unfortunately, going to be automated in the near future. Like,
Exactly.
not
That's
just.
what I was hoping to go, because they actually already have. I read an article, like a science article, about how they have this lab somewhere that grows. I forget how many. Like, I mean, like a substantial amount of lettuce crops, and it's all automated through robots and everything. They grow and pick and and harvest lettuce, and it's all automated by robots. So like yeah. Yeah, we're headed that way. Just even going back to the cell phone argument. I mean, like we're slowly merging with technology. We're on our way to becoming cyborgs. There's a good
Yeah,
chance that if we have grandchildren, any of us, that our grandchildren will be cyborgs, like literally microchip in the brain type cyborgs. I mean, that's just where we're headed technology-wise. So yeah, I can agree with it that way. But as far as like right now, like, there's no one there to pick the fruit. Right now, it's not automated. We don't have that technology right now. And there's, white people won't do it. They're trying to farm in prison people to pick the fruit for a while in Alabama, and that didn't work out. And so, yeah, they had to bring Mexicans back in. They tried deporting all their Mexicans, or all their, undocumented workers, and it didn't work.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be a difficult issue to say the least. But I mean, I think
Why shouldn't we let Mexicans come in? I mean,
you should be allowed to come in just legally, and making sure that they're paying taxes and not committing crimes and stuff. I think that's reasonable. I mean, just let people come in.
No, but Donald Trump thinks we should send them all now, even if they're not committing crimes. And then later give them a chance to come back in. But
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Instead of just evaluating now, why don't we just send the criminals back?
Yeah.
Why do we have to mess with people who aren't doing anyone?
Yeah, I mean, that works too if that could be done. Just get rid of people who commit crimes and people who are abusing the system.
And like tacos.
And yeah, I mean, I think that it just bothers me when I see these people at the library who are like, they're from other places and they're trying really hard to get their citizenship, and they're taking all these tests and studying all this stuff, and just like it, and then somebody can just come in and hop over some barbed wire, and then they can get the exact same status or better than these people who are trying to go about it the honest way. Like, that's pretty sick. I mean, it bothers me.
All right. So basically what you're saying essentially is that you do not like Mexicans. Okay, so moving on.
I don't care about Mexicans. I don't like or dislike them. They're just people. Some of them are better than others, just like any other group of people.
Just
I wonder
you don't
how
like
many
Mexicans.
illegal people worked at the chicken ranch.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody told me that that the Mexican El Paso restaurant here in Hickory is some kind of cover for funneling in illegal immigrants. Like they get them, some people that work there secretly get these people in the country, and they make them work off their debt, the charges for sneaking them in by working in the kitchen there. Yeah. So that's
So,
kind of messed up.
what I was gonna say is, all right. So basically, my only thing. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Mexicans. No. This actually reminds me. On
This
the
would be a
episode we
good
did.
Dead Bush guacamole segment.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. No, but while we're on the subject of Mexicans, what I was gonna say is that in the first episode of this new season, we were talking about racial stereotypes, and I was talking about I recently had discovered one that I'd never heard before. When we were going to visit my mom's house, we're going to my mom's house, like and my girlfriend, and we hadn't been dating for very long then. But anyhow, she's from Alabama. I don't know really if that comes into play in this, but anyhow, she brought up a stereotype that I'd never heard before, and I thought it was funny because we were going through my parents' neighborhood where my mom's house is, and we passed a house that was pink, and we were just talking about how just ridiculous that pink house looked, like out of place it was in the neighborhood. And she just kind of says, "Yeah, I'll bet a bunch of Mexicans probably live there."
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't know that was a thing. Like, yeah, Mexicans like pink house, but apparently she was right because not too long after that, we looked out. This is around Christmas, and we saw Mexicans out there taking down the Christmas decorations. So apparently Mexicans did in fact live in that house. So I guess yeah, whatever, stereotypes exist for a reason. That just wasn't one I was aware of. Mexicans like pink houses. And so Trump is who you're backing, but there are other Republican candidates, a lot of them, a slew of them really, and Jeb Bush not doing as well as I thought he would. Honestly, like in the preliminary, like 6 months ago, 6 months to a year ago, I would have said, right now would be a race between like Trump and Bush. I thought Trump or Bush should be doing better than Rubio and Cruz, at least Cruz. But anyhow, so Jeb Bush though, and this could possibly make or break if he stays in the race or not at this point. And that is some information about guacamole apparently. And Nate, you're gonna have to explain this to me again.
Okay, well, Jeb Bush and guacamole have a very they have a history together. Just Jeb and guacamole are probably now forever going to be associated with each other. So Jeb has a campaign webpage, for his presidential run, and it's your typical candidates page. Sorry, there's some kind of noise in the background that was distracting, but yeah, it's it's a page that shows like his positions and where he's going to be speaking, and a little bit about him and all that. And then there's also a section where you can buy Jeb-related merchandise. The candidates have hats and signs and all that kind of stuff. Well, one of the things Jeb was offering on his website, one of his promotional products was a guacamole bowl. And
a guacamole bowl.
Yes. And it basically there was nothing special about it. It didn't even have his name on it or anything. And it was tiny. It looked like an ashtray almost, like an ashtray with like 3 little legs. And he was selling it for the very reasonable price of $75.
$75 for a Jeb Bush guacamole bowl.
Yeah, for a plastic Jeb Bush guacamole bowl that didn't have his name or anything on it. Just because apparently he and his Mexican wife like to make guacamole, and they had their top secret Jeb Bush guacamole recipe listed alongside the guacamole bowl. And so the $75 guacamole bowls, which you could actually buy. Normally they were like somebody else found the same thing for sale for like $2 each, but yeah. So he had them, and a guy on, I think it was on 4chan, one of those type of sites. He bought one of Jeb's $75 guacamole bowls, and he didn't know what to do.
I was really hoping that you were going to say, since you mentioned 4chan, that there'd be some hackers involved that somehow managed to steal the top secret guacamole recipe.
Yeah. Well,
he gave it out when he was on.
Yeah, he puts it's on his website. I think it's still on there. So yeah, this guy from 4chan bought the guacamole bowl, and he didn't know what to do with it. So first he just took a bunch of pictures of him wearing it as a hat. And then after he got tired of that, he took a crap in it, and he took pictures of it and tweeted them to Jeb on Twitter. Just green crap in the Jeb's guacamole bowl, and then sent him lots of pictures of it. And now everybody on 4chan refers to Jeb as the guac bowl merchant. And they made this video. They paid this African guy to like talk about how stupid Jeb is, and how he calls him, "You foolish guac bowl merchant. Why did you think you could stump the Trump?" And they just show that clip a lot. And so that Jeb is now the guac merchant, and yeah, he's just getting beat up on the internet by all sides, and they just keep people keep reporting his Twitter account they say that he's like suicidal, and it's just like make all these pictures of him hanging from a noose, and pictures of him like popping out of a guacamole bowl, like looking like he's gonna cry. And he's just taken an endless beating for months from the internet because of his sad ways, and just he needs to drop out.
Well, I mean, really, do we really need a president in the White House who, I don't know, has a top secret guacamole recipe?
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Let me see if I can find his Jeb guacamole recipe.
Like if he won't even share his guacamole recipe, what else does he have to hide?
Well, I mean, he was on Jimmy Fallon, and he actually like threatened Jimmy Fallon and said, like, "I'm not joking with you. This isn't funny. It's pronounced guacamole." He like wouldn't pronounce the G, and then insulted Jimmy Fallon and was like, because Jimmy Fallon was like, "Yeah, maybe I should make some and then he could be like, "Oh, I mean guacamole," or something, and he was like, he just basically called like Jimmy Fallon like a boy from New Jersey. He was like, "Yeah, well, if you're a boy from New Jersey, then you'd call it that," and I was like, "So what are you, like a redneck from Texas? So you pronounce it guacamole?" Like, it was really uncomfortable though. He was like, he said, "I'm being as nice as I possibly can about this." Like,
he was legitimately angry.
Well, it was like, I've never seen anyone get so angry over the word Okay, now I'm weird about it. Guacamole. It was really uncomfortable.
Guacamole.
Well, I guess if
you say guacamole, I say guacamole.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter, but yeah, I'm sure his wife cares.
Yeah. Oh, and I have to.
I had no idea about the whole Jeb Bush guacamole thing, but yeah, that's probably what cost him the election this year.
I have to correct myself because I just went to his website, and they do still have they call it the Guac bowl and the E is at the end of bowl, but it does now have his name and 2016 engraved into the side of the bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so
Google that.
yeah, if it's $75, but maybe like in 10 years on eBay it'll be worth a lot more because it's just some stupid like just embarrassing merchandise that will be sought after by hipsters in the future. Who knows? I don't know if it's worth a $75 investment, but
I don't know.
awesome.
Only time will tell. But anyhow, have you been able to get a hold of any of our other guests?
No, haven't heard anything.
I'm gonna go try to see if I can get John on. He'll have to be on via speakerphone.
Okay.
But I'll go try to get hold of him. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, and Jeb also recently had a little rally of like 50 people, and he made a point that he thought was really good, but nobody said anything or made any response, so he told them, please clap. So it was really pathetic because he had to tell his audience to applaud him, and he's getting beat up for that too. Poor Jeb.
Well, I just wonder why he. Okay, I have a few questions for Jeb Bush. Number one, who is the person that told you should put an exclamation mark on the end of your name? First and foremost. Secondly, you're an idiot for running. That's not really a question. Because of your brother and your dad, and you've seen what's gone on with all that. Like, why would you want to put yourself through the fucking mess of it?
Yeah, he probably thought, oh, it's my turn. I get to be president.
But if anything, though, has this not just made him look like a total mug? I mean, it's just been it's been so sad. And then I mean, man, I don't know, because it was just really odd. And this is the weirdest time to be an American, I feel personally, because it's like the Democratic Party is so split. I mean, 2008, it was pretty bad with Obama and Hillary, but this is just like unbearable, I mean, it's like a dogfight between the Democratic people, and then the Republicans are just like
same thing.
They don't really know what to do, I mean, it's like it's really odd because it's like everyone has their candidate right now, and although only only two people are going to be able to get the Republican and Democratic ticket,
Yeah.
I guess that was the thing is. He said a race to the White House, and I was like, not quite yet, because right now it's really a race to the ticket, I mean, like, that's how I'm looking at it, because everyone now is, like, fighting tooth and nail just to get on the ballot, which, I mean, it's just a tiring process, and by November, I mean, we're all going to be so spent, I mean, it's...
Yeah, I know. I'm already getting worn out, like, I just want to stop following it until the candidate is decided, because it's just too stressful and ridiculous now to go online and to watch stuff, and like it's just, I don't know.
I agree. I don't know.
It is like a reality show of its own that's a little more interactive and important than your average reality show, but it's draining.
Well,
So,
I think it's good that we have a dialogue. I think it's good that people are now interested in politics again,
Yeah.
I think that all of this is a good thing for America, but I don't think that it's good that how it panned out is that we're now seeing what is really going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I heard the phone ringing.
Okay, we've got John with us. John, how you doing?
I'm good, baby. How you doing?
Can you guys hear him all right?
Yeah, hold on.
Barely.
Can you guys hear him? John, keep talking.
Hey, baby. How you doing, baby?
I
can hear him. I turned you
Can you
up.
guys hear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, how you doing, John?
I'm okay, man. I'm okay. Oh, God. Work was a son of a bitch today, and I had a lot of terrible, terrible redneck people to deal with, and then I came home and started listening to Talking Heads and became overly emotional pretty quickly, but I'm
That
alright.
tends to happen. Talking Heads, yeah.
How many
Alright.
how many people are ordering pizza for the Super Bowl? Ask John that.
Oh God, yeah.
The Super Bowl's not tonight, it's tomorrow.
No, I know, but is he having to prepare?
Something about Teacup Super Bowl.
Teacup Super Bowl.
That's what I heard, and because yes, yeah, I have an old person phone. Like I basically have a jitterbug. It basically looks like a hand grenade, but it's a cell phone. It's a flip phone. That was my nickname in high school.
What, flip phone?
Flip phone?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Come on down to Flip Phone Fuckery and get fucked or whatever it was. And then they would beat me 6 and I would cry. But yeah, so I have a flip phone and I'm on a flip phone and I'm on the internet apparently through the power of Daniel, and God bless America, and God bless the Carolina Panthers, and God bless Cam Newton. God bless Cam Newton is the most. Okay. This is according to the sporting press, my friends. We have the most unapologetically black football team in the history of the NFL.
Unapologetically black.
Unapologetically black.
Cam,
I'm not
I just
sure
read
what
like
that
20
means.
minutes ago, Cam got MVP.
Either like Rush Limbaugh or the Grand Wizard of the KKK or Al Sharpton.
What's the difference? What's the
Three of
difference?
those people. Yeah, the three of those people. Let's try that again. If those three people got their heads together and got their thoughts together and whatnot about the NFC South, because that's what conference we're in, goddammit. We have to deal with the New Orleans Saints, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Atlanta Falcons, and we got through it. We got through it together because we're a team. But now it seems like we're making it all about race. Cam Newton, with his $1,000 pants, came out a week ago and said that people don't like him dancing in the end zone, okay, after he scores the touchdown, and giving the ball to little children with cancer and whatnot because he's black. And they're black. That's black. Hey, dude, like, his words, seriously. Like, not anybody else's. Y'all can fucking giggle and jiggle, but I don't give a fuck. That Negroid, to use my psychology teacher's word, that crippled Negroid.
That's right. No, yeah, Mr. Thomas,
Negroid.
our psychology teacher at St. Stephen's.
No, but I mean, like.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, for those who don't know, our
He
psychology teacher at St. Stephen's, his name is Mr. Thomas,
in the middle of his
and
like,
he used to use the word Negroid.
Negroid. Holy fucking Negroid.
Dude,
But I mean, like.
to school when my mom went there. And when I was,
Yeah.
Can't hear anything. So if other people are trying to make comments, I'm trying to. I'm totally.
You're good.
Talking Heads is being loud in the background. Talking Heads. Shut up, Talking Heads. Talking Heads. Turn down the Talking Heads. God damn. That dude is so fucking skinny. He okay. Anywho's. But yeah. What the fuck, man? But, okay.
Are you watching a Talking Heads video? Because they have that awesome compilation of like their live concerts.
Yep.
Is that what you're watching? I forget the name of it, but I think I have those DVDs or that DVD. What?
Making sense.
Yeah. Stop making sense. Yeah, I have that DVD. I guess that's your plug for tonight.
There was some And, yeah. So, but really though, man, like, oh my God. Okay, Russell Wilson, black quarterback, correct? Like 2 years ago.
From NC State, North Carolina State, yeah.
Indeed.
And he
won the Super Bowl. Okay, so a week before the Super Bowl, Cam Newton goes on national television and says, "Oh, lordy, people be so upset about me doing the dances in the end zone because I'm a black." And okay, he totally didn't actually say it like that, but
that was the gist of what he was saying.
No, that's not the gist of what he was saying. The fucking problem is because he felt the need to say that's how it came off. Dude, oh my God. Oh, Lord have mercy. Does anybody in this country with fucking common sense or just, people are so tired of hearing about race.
About race, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, like, no, Cam, people are tired of you dancing in the end zone and fucking doing your thing because you have beat the shit out of all of their teams all season long. That's why they're tired of you dancing and celebrating in the end zone. It has nothing to do with, I'm a black. And basically, like, people be so mad at me because I'm a black, and when I scores the touchdowns, and like, okay, and of course, that's not what he sounds like, because he can afford $1,000 pants, so he, you know.
Shit, sorry.
It's just aggravating, man. You know, I mean, okay, you have a slew of white people, black people, you know, people just all throughout the fucking Mid-South. They're behind you all season long, you know. Go Panthers, da-da-da-da-da. And then you have to come out and say some retarded shit like, you know, people aren't intimidated by me because I'm black. No, people are intimidated, you know, by you because you're fucking amazing at what you do, man.
Yeah.
You know? Oh my God, it's fucking ridiculous. And then I found out, this was just a couple of weeks ago, this is a blurb, I'm not even sure, I'm sure like one of you internet nerds or whatever can figure this out for me, but apparently the Carolina Panthers are the most unapologetically black team in the history of the NFL. And when I
whose quote is that? Who said that?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I need someone that has plugs to get me, like, who actually fucking said that. But that was fucking said, and I know that because God, a.k.a. Rush Limbaugh.
God, a.k.a. Rush Limbaugh.
Right. He fucking quoted, and, okay.
Huffington Post is the original source of that quote.
Try catching him in the fucking wrong. That dude said some fucked up shit, but try catching him, like, where he's actually, like, misquoted, and he actually apologizes for something. And he said it, so, like I said, God, a.k.a. Rush Limbaugh, said that. So I figure some fucking asshole in the fucking sports media, I'm hoping somebody, you know, not attached to the Carolina Panthers said that, but the most unapologetically black.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It was the
the
Huffington Post was who said it originally.
The Huffington Post apparently is who said that.
The Huffington Post said that? Oh my God! I just came. I totally just came. Oh,
You just came.
Yeah, I mean, because I was hoping against hope that, like, you know, some, like, idiot, retard, redneck, you know, just blasphemous piece of shit, white trash, KKK member made that up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, Cam Newton once again trying to make shit about race and deer. No, it's actually true. Apparently, and my dick just shriveled up. Oh, God. They actually said that in the Huffington Post. The most unapologetically black team in the history of the NFL.
I mean, that implies that there's a reason they should be apologetic, or what?
No. I'm just saying, like, what does that even mean?
Exactly. That's what I'm asking. What does that mean? Like, is it like they're saying unapologetically black as opposed to what? I mean, that would be.
To apologize because you're black.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Would they expect there to be a team that is constantly apologizing for being black? Like, we're sorry we won that championship. We're just black.
Right? I mean, like, I don't understand. Like, did Michael Jordan ever go, "Hey, I'm black, and I was the best player of the basketball ever"? Now, I do realize that me using that voice to attempt to sound like Michael Jordan might seem a bit racist.
It doesn't strengthen your argument, but
I don't think that it's racist. It's just me being fucking retarded.
it's no, it's fine. It's not racist. It's funny.
You know, dude. No. I mean, dude, seriously. Oh my fucking fuck. Fuckity fuck. Just, okay. And, that's the fucking thing, though, man. Okay. You have some cat like, Michael Jordan, who won, 6 NBA championships and was extremely, quote-unquote, black about it. And, yeah, that's me saying it, but that's also everybody else saying it. The early 90s Bulls with their saggy shorts and stuff like that and blah, 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 blah. Like, I mean, you've had quote-unquote black players in black sports win championships. I just don't understand. I'm sorry, my girlfriend is trying to kill a spider right now, and she's scared. So, but anyway, I just don't understand. I just don't get it. Like in 2016, seriously, this is what we're still talking about. Cam Newton is an amazing quarterback. Period. White, black, what the fuck ever color he is. I could be Stevie fucking Wonder and recognize that Cam Newton is an amazing quarterback. Well, wait, Stevie Wonder's black, so I could be some blind white guy and realize that, Cam Newton is an amazing quarterback, man. I just don't understand why people have to make everything about race. I just don't. I was in...
Because it's the news, man, and the news isn't really about information and learning these days. It's about, it's about, controversy and entertainment. It's about, the news is entertainment, and controversy is a form of entertainment. And so,
Right, yeah.
Divisiveness, controversy, all that. It's more fun. Yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Fucking A, man. Like, okay, I know I've told you, I was in this, fucking rehab ministry and whatnot with, people from, fucking Hispanics and black people, white people, Asian American people, what have you. And every one of us just, oh, Lord have mercy. All of us got along, man. All of us got along. Because we didn't bring up stupid, retarded shit. That was just unnecessary. Like, we all realized, hey, life kind of sucks, and life is what you make it. And if you fuck up, life can become a giant pile of shit. And we all sort of banded together around that. And, race was one thing that was never discussed. And this was a Christian rehabilitation ministry based in the mountains of western North Carolina. And we have all sorts of different people there, all sorts of different people. And the one thing that never came up was race. Because, I mean, it's just garbage, man. It's just absolute garbage. And I think that it just gets in the way.
It really does.
Really
it's
coming
just,
together.
It's divisive. Like when you have to.
Now, all of us.
Like it's one thing if you do it in a way that, or like it's one thing if you're doing it if you're talking about race in the sense of just us, embracing our differences and stuff. Like as far as just like, hey, you're black and I'm white. That's neat. Or we have different cultural backgrounds and stuff like that. But like when you start making it a divisive thing, then yeah,
Sure. Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, like, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like, fucking, you're black and I'm white. Who gives a shit?
Exactly. No, I mean, yeah, it's just it's such
cares,
it's so mundane. Yeah, exactly. Like we should just
we still live
progress. Yeah, move on.
in the same world that is controlled by the Illuminati and the bankers and the Rothschild family
And the lizard people.
Oh God. You can't fucking forget about the lizard people, dude.
You can't forget about the lizard people.
You can't forget about the lizard.
That's what we were just talking earlier about that. We were talking about the election, talking about the candidates that we're endorsing on the show and who all we're going for, and I was talking about the fact that I've lost faith that I don't. I'm not gonna say I've lost faith, but yeah, no, the lizard people are formidable foes, and
well, dude, I'm gonna put it to you like this: at least they're not spider crickets. I will vote.
At least they're not spider crickets.
I will vote for a goddamn spider cricket. Mitt Romney was a motherfucking.
Mitt Romney and Obama were both spider crickets.
Right, and they jump everywhere, and they're not afraid of humans, and I can't deal with spider crickets.
Yeah.
And you can quote me on that. I cannot deal with spider crickets.
I cannot deal with spider crickets.
That's right.
Those are words to live by.
There's no truth in the middle of dude.
Yeah, exactly.
I would put that right up there with that sort of knowledge, but I don't know, man. I get frustrated about race. I do. And I say things that, that I say just to sound offensive sometimes. But, I mean, because, Lord have mercy, man. I don't care. Like, and this is your typical conservative, like, sort of rant. I don't care if you're white, black, brown, sort of in a beige region, or a red, or a purple, or even the Indian. Because it,
I like it how purple came before Indian. Like,
right, exactly.
like you could say, like, hey, I may be purple, but at least I'm not an Indian.
Ain't no goddamn bow shooting, fucking TP building sort of a son of a bitch. I mean,
Tomahawk chucker.
Man, honest to God, it just I don't fucking care, but I am sick of fucking talking about it. I am sick of talking about it. I mean, people act like nowadays that fucking it's the fucking early 60s still, and things are like just getting discussed now, and it's just not the case, man. It's just not. And I'm not saying that that there still aren't racial issues being fucking dealt with today, but to act like it's still fucking 1963 or something, and it's just not that, man. And it's frustrating. And it's the same thing with fucking women's rights. It just, oh my fucking God. Just, like, why why can't we be paid as much as men? Well, here's the thing, ladies. What you're doing is you're taking a pay scale across the board for every man against every woman and comparing the two, and it's just not going to be the same. And you're also not taking into account the fact that, you know, women take more sick leave. They just generally call out more days, this, that, and the other. Okay, here's the thing. If it was more efficient to hire just women, you know, on your staff, whether it be Domino's Pizza, represent, because I'm black and gay now apparently, but Domino's Pizza, or whether it be a fucking law firm, why wouldn't people just hire women if it was fucking cheaper?
I don't know. What are your thoughts on this, Haley, as a woman?
Which part?
What are my thoughts on aliens as a woman?
What?
What?
Oh, no, I was asking Haley what her thoughts on our resident woman
Haley,
spokesman.
did she sing on Predator Tooth?
Yeah. We played
my
Predator
God,
Tooth
God.
earlier in the episode.
Yes. Predator. Oh my God. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Sorry.
What do I
Alright,
think
so Haley?
about women getting paid less?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be honest. I am sort of an anti-feminist.
Good. That's a good start.
I really cannot stand when a woman pulls the woman card. Like, I'm a girl, you can't treat me like that. I feel like that's it. I can't stand watching this whole Hillary Clinton bullshit because she pulls the woman card all the time. I don't think women get paid less. Okay, if you want to talk about Hollywood, yeah, there's a pay gap. But if you want to talk about working, I don't think so. I mean, I could
basically, I'm sorry, John couldn't hear what you were saying, but basically, John, she was saying that she's an anti-feminist and she can't stand it when women play the women card, like how Hillary Clinton plays the women card all the time, and yes, that's.
Bless her heart. Well, I mean, that's probably because she actually probably works a job like 35 plus hours a week or something, and sees the fucking money coming out of her paycheck going to, you know, fucking food stamps and welfare checks and shit like that. So she actually, you know, she probably actually sees that type of thing.
Yeah, I mean that's.
And you know, I
don't know what food stamps has to do with women's rights.
Well, they've made it here in North Carolina where if you don't work over 20 hours a week, you can't apply for food stamps.
Yeah, what does that have to do with women's rights?
Yeah, okay. I think I kind of heard her that time. She said something about how if you work over 20 hours a week, you can't apply for food stamps, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So, I mean, not only are you taking money away from people that actually work, but you're incentivizing people to not work. You know?
Yeah, like you're working too much to get this help. Yeah, like we need it. Because there are people who do live on like a minimum wage who still can't afford to feed their family, and those people need food stamps. That's.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, here's where we might be a little divided. You know, working a minimum wage job, even for 40 hours at McDonald's, or any fucking where, you know, working minimum wage, you're not supposed to be able to raise a family on minimum wage. Minimum wage is minimum fucking wage, man.
Yeah.
You know,
But there are a lot of people trying to do it. I'm not saying, of course you're not supposed to. If you're working minimum wage, then yeah, you shouldn't have to, you know. People do it anyway, and, you know, I think it's, you know, just the Christian thing to do to make sure they get food.
Really? Really? Okay. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Okay. No. No.
So no, they should not get food.
I think the Christian thing to do is to help them get into a position where they can help themselves.
I'm saying if they're already working full time, but they're getting minimum wage and they can't like Mississippi's not as much of a problem.
Job, like my father did
Mhm.
his entire fucking life raising us.
Yeah.
My dad always worked 2 jobs. We always had everything we fucking needed. Yeah, he lost sleep, and he was sometimes sort of a psychotic bastard. But was he a good father? You goddamn right he was. You know?
He was my
It
soccer
can be
coach.
done. I didn't hear what she said.
She said he was her soccer coach.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I played soccer with Paul.
What? Eh?
Tell him I played soccer with
Something
Paul.
of a...
He played soccer with Paul, apparently.
Oh, okay. Did you learn how to run like a girl? Because that's how my brother run. Yeah.
Run like a girl.
Gotcha. That's all. Yeah, that's all I needed to hear. Bless her heart. But yeah, man, I'm just saying, like, okay, like I feel people's pain, man. But you know, if you choose to fuck without a condom and you're not on birth control, you know, I don't give a fuck if you're 15, 16 years old and, you know, you end up having a kid. You understand how fucking works, apparently. Right? Right. So you know that there is birth control and that there are condoms and whatnot out there. I just find it very difficult to feel sorry for people that have children, white or black, you know, when they're 15, 16, 17 years old. Don't give a fuck what race you are.
I mean, yeah, but you should try to have compassion for everybody. I mean...
Well, yes, but they're making a choice, Daniel.
Yeah.
They're making a choice. They're making a choice, my friend. Seriously. They were saying, you know, oh, well, you know, God says that, you know, you're really not supposed to fuck till you're married, and fucking is for, you know, procreation, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway and let the chips fall where they may. Okay, well, for one, that's wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, but they made a mistake, but I mean, like, I can't say that I didn't make mistakes when I was a kid.
Right, but did your mistakes cost people fucking tons of money?
But no, but that's just because I made a different mistake. I mean,
exactly.
But I mean, like, we can't say that these people listen just because they made a different kind of mistake, a different kind of miscalculation.
Yes, we can. Because, okay, dude, okay. So there's different degrees of murder, right? There's like, you know, second degree murder.
So yeah, there's different degrees, but
first degree murder, and okay, well, can we not differentiate between, you know, mistakes?
Mm-hmm.
Can we not? I mean, I'm just asking a question. You know, is there a mistake where, you know, oh, gee, I should have, you know, invested my money in a different stock, and oh, shucks, oh, shenanigans, I lost, you know, $20,000, whereas, you know, if I would have fucked up even more, I could have lost $50,000. Or is there a mistake where I was 15 and I chose to have sex without a condom on, and now I have 3 kids by 3 different baby?
I don't really think so. I don't think there is a difference. No, there you can't judge it like that. And just like, and I don't think you can judge different. I mean, murder is murder, poverty is poverty. It's all the same, and I don't think that we should be divisive.
Whoa. I walk up to you, I have no idea who you are, and I shoot you in the back of the head and steal your money.
Yeah.
Okay, now, you break into my house and, you try to, kidnap my family.
Or rape your dog, and yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then I shoot you. You're saying there's no difference.
No, I mean not in the sense that, you're still like one person is killing another person. There's not a difference. No.
Well, sure, but you're saying that God, in His infinite wisdom, wouldn't say that there's a difference.
I'm not God. I don't know. But I would say that.
Come on, man.
Are we to know the mind? No. I think that murder is murder, period, and poverty is poverty, period. And mistakes are mistakes, period. Like all this, all that. I mean, that's just pretty much.
So someone being born into poverty is the same thing as somebody who was born relatively wealthy and spent all their money on drugs and hookers.
Yeah.
And then they end up in poverty. That's the same thing?
Yeah, in the sense that we're not just people, man. We're just, we're all eternal souls. We're all just infinite consciousness, We're just, we're living these illusory lives, or, your life, you may think you have this identity or whatever, but we're all just people. We're all just, God's children. And just, I don't think God, I mean, like it goes back to, sin is sin. You don't, no sin is greater than any other sin. Like, if I, yeah, but no, still, would you not agree? Sin is sin, regardless of if I look at a woman and I'm like, oh, she has big tits, I'd like to have sex with her. That's the same as adultery. Jesus said that. And so, verbatim, he said those exact words. If I see a woman with big tits and I want to fuck her.
Those exact words.
But yeah, no. He said, and he's saying it's all okay. Go ahead.
But wait, hold up. Okay. Here's the problem, though, man.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 100% true. That's 100% actual and factual, as TLC would say back in their song. I don't remember what it was called, but it was the TLC song, and it was actual and factual. But still, I choose you to be fuck, I can't remember the name of the song. Anyway, but anywho, but yeah, okay, all right, okay. So you're saying, all right, well, every sin is equal. Okay, cool. But that doesn't make it okay to commit any sin.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get into the varying degrees of sin, like, okay, well, it's all right to murder somebody if they break into your house and they're raping your mom and da-da-da-da, and you have to shoot them and da-da-da-da. That's okay. Well, no, it's not okay, because Jesus said it's not. Well, I feel you. I do. But, I mean, dude, Lord have mercy. Like, it just, there is a degree of sin. And, I mean, because if you look at the Ten Commandments, and then if you look at what Jesus said was okay, those things don't exactly add up.
Mm-hmm.
thou shalt not kill. If I'm not mistaken,
Jesus said if you lose your temper with somebody and you get angry with them for no reason, then yeah, you're just as bad as killing them.
right,
Yeah.
right. And I'm just saying, man, like, it's just...
My point is, all right, we're getting a little off track with this. My point is just like I think, you know, food stamps are not that big of a problem. But I definitely
Okay. I gotcha.
I don't, but I mean, like, I at the same time, I can understand why some people are very upset with welfare programs and, you know, working really hard and seeing people who they don't perceive as working very hard or who simply aren't, you know, who are taking advantage of the system. There are plenty of people who do that. I can see how some people would be angry about that. And it's not on my laundry list. Like, it's not like my top 10 list of things that anger me. Like, yeah.
To be honest with you, I 15 years ago, I would have totally been on board with, you know, Bernie Sanders and this, that, and the other. But, I mean, okay, here's the thing. I live in a one-bedroom studio apartment that it's like, you know, $360, you know, a month. Not, you know, not a fuck ton of money to spend. But at the same time, man, I work at Domino's Pizza. So I'm lucky enough because, you know, I make what I make. I make about, you know, $6.20 or something. $6.20 or so every 2 weeks. So, you know, and that's fantastic. But when I look at my paycheck, my piddly-ass little paycheck that I get every 2 weeks, I'm getting like right at $250 taken out of my paycheck. So, I mean, you know, fucking Bernie Sanders is talking about, you know, like, you know, we're going to tax, you know, more people.
Or he's specifically for taxing, you know, the top 1%, the people who have more money than God knows what to do with.
Daniel, do you actually believe that the 1, 5, 10% of this country is going to allow that to happen? No, it's going to fall on the middle class, period, man.
Oh, yeah, no, that's why I'm not. That's why, I mean, because I know that the lizard people can't be defeated.
The lizard people can't be trusted.
And they can't and you can't take their money.
Right. Exactly. And dude,
I'm with you right there, man. I understand it. But I mean, in theory, it's a good theory, but it just would never work because
it's good. Yes. See, right. And therein lies the problem, my friend. It's a beautiful theory. It's great, but it just would never work, man. It just would never work because, you know, like I said, right now, I'm working at fucking Domino's making $10.50 a fucking hour, and I get paid every 2 weeks. I probably make, you know, $620 or so every 2 weeks. But man, I'm getting fucking taxed close to, you know, 250. Well, yeah, I would say, you know, between $200 and $250 every 2 weeks in taxes, man. And I mean, that's bananas. You know?
Bananas.
And,
indeed.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to be nice because, you know, I'm trying to make up for, you know, all my offensive language before.
No, you're fine, man. You're fine.
You know, but I mean, it's frustrating, and that's why I use such language because I'm so frustrated. But I mean, like, really, man, it's just
indeed
crazy. Like, I mean, when it comes down to it, and you're actually looking at your fucking pay stub, and you see how much money is coming out of, I mean, my fucking, I live in a shithole whose, septic tank is constantly backed up. There's black mold in the walls and shit, and I feel I'm getting, like I said, $250 every 2 weeks, taken out of my paycheck.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everything is fucked. It's frustrating, man.
Absolutely. And as I used to tell my customers at DirecTV as a call center worker, I understand your frustration. I completely understand why that would be frustrating to you, John, and I'd be happy to help you and assist you with your problem today. All right, now we're going to go to a quick break. I'll let you guys talk. I have to step outside real quick for a cigarette.
Yeah.
Enjoyed this spider cricket montage I just found.
No, I mean,
What's going on?
I don't know. I think Daniel took the phone outside with him.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Oh, what is this? You see it?
Hey, he didn't. I made that.
He's always stealing your stuff.
Yeah, I made this video, man. I just went into a.
This is the kind of bullshit I find on my Facebook. Somebody posted a cheetah print gun they want. Like so much glare. I'm trying
I can
to
see it. Yeah, pink and ridiculous.
pink and cheetah print. Yeah, no, I'm watching well, sorry, I'll just disclaimer. I'm watching SNL. Larry David just played Bernie Sanders, and it was really good. Like. The one big black lady, like, she coughed in her hand, and like Larry David was like playing Bernie, like, I won't shake your hand, I can't shake your germy hand, and like it was so funny. You gotta watch it whenever it like gets uploaded on the internet.
Oh yeah.
But they said Bernie's supposed to be on this episode, so I feel like I should watch it just to see what's gonna happen. But I usually do not watch SNL. It's not my thing.
Yeah, me either.
I'm not into it, but anything Larry David, I'm into.
Yeah.
So that's the only disclaimer. It's the only reason I'm watching SNL is because Larry David's on. Not Bernie Sanders, Larry David.
Yeah.
He is playing Bernie Sanders, or did play Bernie Sanders, but that was hilarious. Well, no, it was a clip about how he lost by like 5 votes, and it was like, it showed his whole day, and it was like the people that he pissed off, so it was like the family of the black lady's handy that he took, and then, like, this lady that was in a car accident, it was like, Hillary's the winner, and it was like, you lost by 5 votes, and those were like the 5 people he pissed off all day.
Oh, kind of like how they would do on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it was, yeah, no, and it did it on Curb Your Enthusiasm. It played the Curb Your Enthusiasm music at the beginning.
Yeah. Like
So,
whenever
episode of it.
whenever he would say something racist, like Wanda Hall or Wanda Sykes was always there, like staring at him. She always happened to be there whenever he did something racist.
Yeah, that would have been good if she was there, but like it started playing the like
Yeah.
like it started playing that, and then at the very end of the thing, it was like directed by Bernie Sanders instead of Larry David. Like it was but it was exactly like that. But it was basically Larry David pretending to be Larry Sanders. Oh my God, Bernie Sanders as Larry David. The Larry Sanders. That's too much. I mean, he looked just like him too. All he did was like a little waft of hair in the front. It was really good. I mean, for a second, I did a double take, like, huh?
I've done that a couple times, seeing him on like, oh, that's Larry David pretending to be. Oh wait, no, that's actually Bernie Sanders.
Well, see, that's what. Well, no, when I looked up first, they did another skit, and I was like, oh, Bernie's on, and I was like, oh no, wait,
Oh,
Larry
yeah.
David. Never mind. So now I'm all psyched out. What is that noise? Is that your house?
Wait, what was the last thing you said? I had to go turn off the oven.
What was that noise? Was that your oven?
Yeah, I had a pizza cooking in there, so I missed the last thing you said.
Oh no, that was all. I was asking what that noise was because
Oh, okay.
I wanted to make sure that Daniel's house wasn't burning down or something.
Yeah.
Man, it's weird hearing John talk.
I know.
It's weird. Some things never change. Yeah, I grew up down the street from John.
That's right.
One time my mom's car got broken into and they thought it was John that did it. Oh, I'm totally serious. Like, all these people's cars got robbed in the neighborhood, and, like, John was, like, the bad boy of the neighborhood growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
And I remember, didn't Justin Wise live in your neighborhood, too?
He did. Yeah.
I knew that family.
Jessica Wise. His sister's name was Jessica Wise. They lived actually across the street from us, like, right across the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's weird that you said that.
They were interesting people. I knew them from going to church with them.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, the Wise, they lived down this way. Like, okay, I'm trying to think. They lived, like, down the street from me. Because, like, my house is always, like, the center point, or, like, the focal point in my, like, memory of my childhood.
Yeah.
True story, speaking of, like, illegal immigrants, our next-door neighbors moved out of their house, and I might have told you this story, but our next-door neighbors moved out of their house, and one day, like, my dad, he came into my room, and he's like, "You can't go outside today."
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, why can't I go outside today? And, like, my room had a window facing that house, so I overheard my mom and dad say something about a pig, and I could see, like, I could hear a pig squealing, and they slaughtered a pig on the carport. Like, they had, like, a barbecue, like a Mexican barbecue. Oh, my God, hold on, Bernie Sanders is on. Hold on. Hold on, this is so weird. Wow, they look a lot alike. How weird. Okay, he was only on it for, like, a split second.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Okay, hold on. How do I mute this? Because I don't want to listen to that. All right. Sorry. I don't ever watch TV. Okay, take that back. I watch the internet all the time.
Yeah.
I watch stuff on the internet, but I rarely watch cable, so it's not really my thing. I hate commercials. Like, I'm a big...
Yeah. Once you can watch stuff without commercials, it's just, like, miserable having them back.
Yeah. Well, I finished all 11 seasons of Geordie Shore the other day. No, I've definitely have learned from you and your Roseanne.
Oh, yeah.
I watched every episode of Nip Tuck, and there's 100 episodes. You can do the math on that. And then Geordie Shore has 11 seasons, at least 8 episodes per season, if not more, and they're 42 minutes each.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I watched Geordie Shore for about almost a week and a half straight. Like, I didn't do anything but watch it. I would watch at least 5 episodes a day to get through it. But it was good. It was good. I mean, I kind of started watching the last season of it, and that's whenever I was like, why don't I just watch it from the very beginning? So, and now I'm kind of rewatching the 11th season because it makes sense now. Like, now that I know the whole backstory, the 11th season now has new meaning again. So it's like I'm just rewatching it just because.
I've been watching. Man, I've got the echo again. It's driving me nuts.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it's in your ears. I keep forgetting. Yeah. Can you hear it at his house?
What?
Can you hear the echo?
Yeah, I think it must be on Daniel's end.
Is it mine?
Let's see. Oh, I can still hear it.
Hold on. Hold on. I don't know. You can still hear it?
Let's see. Yep, still hear it.
I can't hear an echo. Usually whenever you could hear the echo, I could hear it too, but I can't hear it anymore.
Oh, okay.
Well, for a minute I was echoing in Daniel's house, but that was Is it bad?
It's bad, yeah. It's frustrating.
I'm about to wrap this up here.
Wait, here comes Daniel. Let's see.
I can hear an echo.
Yes.
Sound.
It must be. Let's see. I don't know.
Yeah, I think, I'm hearing an echo on my side. But it's, I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, actually, to watch, you might not be able to hear anything. It's going to be really hard. But
Now I'm hearing a lot
so,
of
final thoughts. We're going to start to wrap this up for tonight. Any final thoughts from everybody?
Yeah. Whoa.
Derek.
Is that me? Huge. Is this me?
Yeah,
Yes.
John, go first.
Oh.
Yeah, the sound is getting real. Like there's feedback, awesome, and then I'll hear it like 5 seconds later. On my speaker. So yeah, this is our technology, our plug discombobulated. I think this would be a pretty good point to go and cut off for tonight.
All right. I'll see
I'd
y'all
like to
later.
thank John for coming on. Hope to have you back on other episodes soon.
Well, basically, I
Indeed.
Yeah.
Talking Hill.
My God, Craig, it's a Ray. I don't.
Yeah, like the sound. The sound. There's such a really messing with everything.
It's fucking terrible. Like I just honest to God, we're gonna do this and be like, oh my God, he's a racist because I said so and stuff. And they're not fucking like listening points. Oh my God, I'm the best word. You know, being. Just have to worry what happens. You know, people get gone.
Yeah.
I'm the sports win and God damn it.
Indeed. Well, any last words, guys? Nick?
My last word is horsey sauce.
Horsey sauce. a busy signal after sauce. And all right, Haley.
My last word is obviously one for Jeb. It's guacamole.
Yes.
Deb's guacamole. I think we guacamole is delicious.
I've eaten it at least 3 times.
And we can only hope to one day find the top. I'm sorry, the walk. So I guess hopefully the sound isn't as the sound isn't stuff on this podcast. What do you want? What do you want from me? gonna find out what my dog wants.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
Again.